Have you been feeling like you missed the good times? Like you arrived at the party just as the lights were being turned up and the host was starting to clear the plates? I've been feeling a specific kind of world heaviness lately, and in recent session work and study groups, I know I'm not alone. There is a sense that the world we were promised, the one with stable institutions, predictable paths, and a clear sense of upward progress, is essentially a stage set that is currently being dismantled in front of us. We are living through what I've been hearing historians and mystics alike have been calling the unraveling. But here is the truth I want to sit with you today over a virtual cup of coffee. You didn't miss the good times. You were specifically made for these ones. 1. The hinge point, remembering before. For those of us alive right now, we occupy a unique energetic space. We are the hinge. Many of us have a body memory of the before, the particular freedom of being unreachable, the slow pace of offline summers, and a world that felt solid. Pre-internet, pre-iPhone, pre-AI, pre-smart laundry machines. Now, we're watching as the institutions we were handed accelerate in falling apart in real time. From the fall of the Twin Towers to the rise of this digital communication landscape that changed how we relate to our own humanity, we have watched the turning of an era. This isn't a wound, it is a qualification. As Rudolf Steiner often spoke about in his teachings on the consciousness soul era, we are in a time where the old external structures must crumble so that the individual can find their own internal compass, an awake and alive morality and intuition. We are being asked to stop looking for the answer in a government, a guru, a church, or a corporate ladder, and start finding it in our own handshake with humanity. The science of the turning Strauss and Howe are historians who developed generational theory. They describe a four-stage cycle of history, where the final stage, the fourth turning, is a period of crisis. During the crisis, the old order is swept away to make room for something new. But what most people miss is the concept of the regeneracy. This is the moment when the community stops looking at the gloom and doom of the collapse and starts realizing that the collapse is actually the clearing of the land. In theosophical tradition, C.W. Leadbeater spoke of these moments as great turnings in the evolution of humanity. He argued that we are transitioning into a level of awareness where we can no longer afford to be passive observers of our lives. We are being pressed by the weight of the world so that the diamond of our consciousness can finally form. This shift in focus can be intentional and accelerated by us individually. 3. Releasing the doom. Smaller and larger, when the world feels too large to metabolize, when the news is undigestible and the brutality feels too heavy to name. The analytical mind wants to go into a doom loop. It wants to save the world, fails, and then collapses into exhaustion. To accept the work in front of us, we have to look in two directions at once, both smaller and larger. The smaller, the thread of meaning. The work isn't always about saving the world in a grand cinematic sense. It is about the one thing in front of you that matters. The neighbor you check on, the gardens you tend, what Steiner called working with the earth spirit, the tables you set for your communities, the conversations you refuse to stop having, as cringy as you can be. For me, this is this journal, showing up for yourself in new and creative ways. The larger, the flow of resources. At the same time, we are witnessing the greatest transfer of wealth and power in human history on a planetary scale. The question of who controls capital, and more importantly, what that capital is meant to do for who, is the question of our generation. We are moving incrementally toward bioregional financing and living systems approaches to culture. We are learning to leverage the tools of modernity to support the principles of the ancient. 4. Training for the crisis. You might feel exhausted, but I want to suggest that the trauma you grew up inside of, the one you thought was just the unfortunate background noise of your life, was actually your training ground. Perhaps instead of trying to remove it, you can embrace it and become whole. You are being prepared to be a person who can hold their center while this wallpaper of the old world peels away. As Leadbeater might say, your vehicles, your body, mind, and spirit, have been tempered by your experiences so that you can handle the higher frequencies, fast pace, and freedoms of the next world when it arrives. The opportunity of metacognition. This is the first time in human history that we are moving through a crisis cycle with the metacognition to see the pattern as it happens. We aren't just victims of history, we are witnesses to an integral shift. We are participants in it, with our bodies, minds, and souls. We can remember how to exist in a living system. We can listen to our indigenous cultures who never forgot these rhythms, and can remind us of our humanity that we've forgotten. We can integrate the tools of the future with the wisdom of the past, and it can be easy. The assignment belongs to all of us. If you are alive right now, you are in this. You are part of the handshake between the world that was and the world that is becoming. The question is, how will you engage with this task set out before you? Stop looking for the stability of the past. Start accepting the work of the present. The table is set, the land is waiting, and your spirit is already qualified for this job, though you may have imposter system. What you want, the world wants for and from you. It's time to step up and step inward to embody your unique qualifications, gifts, and abilities in this time. If you're craving some support, community, or just a soft place to land for a few hours, join a study group. We laugh a lot, explore spiritual awareness and embodiment tools that can help you navigate your personal experience of this unique time. Explore events.